Hello, hello. Welcome to She's a Busy Girl. I'm Stephanie. And I was gonna do some envelopes today. But now I was kind of looking and playing, and I think I want to do like a page for a journal. So like an envelope on either side. And I was thinking about doing a kind of fabric binding with them, like one piece on the front and one piece on the back, to put them together. But regardless of any of that, the first thing that needs to be done is that these envelopes need to be decorated. Obviously, they can't just be plain white envelopes in a journal. So to begin, I'm gonna ink up the fronts and the backs. And yes, we're gonna cover a lot of this, but I just want to make sure. A lot of times when you're looking at stuff, you may not consciously notice the details, but you notice the details. You do. I mean, our brains pick up the details, and that's what makes something look very rich or maybe not very rich. And so I do like to just do all the little pieces and parts because it just gives it more detail. And I think that in the finished product, whether you're cognizant of it or not, you see it. I think you just do. And I know that I didn't always see it, especially when I was quite a bit younger. But the older I get, the more I notice the little things on stuff. And that just gives it more depth to me, I guess. So there is my long-winded 1 minute and 30-second long explanation as to why I am inking the front and the back of both of these envelopes. There you go. All right. So I'm just going to finish up the back side of this one here because you pretty much are going to see the entire envelope on both sides. So I want to, and I'm not worried about smushing it, crinkling it, getting ink here, there, or anywhere, because it's just going to help to make it look older, right? Okay, so I'm going to put them together like this. Excuse me. So I'm thinking maybe do the back sides first, and then we can put the first piece of fabric on, and because I have something special I want to do for the inside. So do the back sides first, and they're gonna be like this, so vintage book page will fit just perfectly. Awesome. All right, I'm already so pleased with myself. Yes. I love envelopes. I love old envelopes. I have a thing for them, and if you've watched some of my previous videos, I think I've said several times how much I love old envelopes, and I really don't know what it is about them that I just can't, I can't let them go. I've always got to have the old envelopes. All right. So there is that one, and we need another page. I'm just taking some pages out of this old, well, no, I guess that one. Where is that one from? Is that from, not that they need to match or anything. I think that, oh, that's from this old Reader's Digest. Okay. Yes. So they don't really need to match, I don't guess. I just am doing that. I don't know why. Okay. And we're gonna do this envelope on this page. So I want to cover the front with the book page, and then of course we'll do a little bit of layering. I've been finding lately, I normally am so bad about just overdoing everything, but I've been finding lately that I really prefer it if I keep the layers somewhat minimal, and I'm not quite so random about them. I mean, I do like the randomness of collage, but if I keep the layers minimal and they're not quite so random looking, I do find that I tend to be more pleased with the outcome. All right, so there's that guy. There's that one. I'll get rid of this stuff here. I still have not cleaned up. And, oh, I moved the trash can all the way over there. All right. I brought it back. It's okay. Let's get this one cut out here. Oh gosh, I just got really quiet, didn't I? I'm actually mentally concentrating on not making that noise. Okay, so did I do it right? Holy moly, I did it right. All right, so that's going to be like that. And now we need some layers. And I didn't cut that out though. Ugh. All right, so here's some, oops, there's a back to a sticker. Here's some, I kind of like this black and white, but I don't, it's not high enough, long enough. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Let's see, I've only got all sorts of stuff printed out here. Let's see, this is mostly Roxy Creations, I think. See, I like that. We used some of the pink. This is the pink stuff that we used on tags in the last video, but this is printed on the copper. And then we've still got this one, and that's that one. So that's printed on white, and that's printed on the copper parchment. Let's see, let's see. I wish I had taken the time to cut some of these out. Ooh, ooh, ooh. There we go. We want to use this. And we want to use those. I really should have taken the time to print some of this out. Or to cut some of this out nicely. Okay, that works. Ooh, there's some of our origami paper. I really want to cut that one out. I've got to leave that out so I can do that. Okay, so let's see what we want to use, Let's do some of this. This is the latte parchment paper, I guess. It's the latte color, which is basically just craft brown. I want to use some of this one. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. Let's see. No, do we want to do it kind of down the side and maybe, no, I don't want to cut the dog's head off. All right. I need to quit being so indecisive and make some type of a decision here. Let's see, okay. Let's do that. And then we can put it on here like this, but I don't think I want all the kittens on there. And let's keep the writing, so we'll go at a slant, kind of like that, and bring it here, but I don't want, do I want it? I don't know if I do or not. Let's see. Yeah, we can do it like that. Okay, let's do it like that. All right, first, though, before we start messing too awful much, I know, I'm inking stuff again. I'm sorry, I know it takes time. But I prefer the way that it looks when I ink all of the edges. And I know sometimes I turn stuff just completely brown. I'm working on that as far as not getting carried away with the ink. But, yeah. All right, there we go. And I put this guy right there. That's going to be our start to this. Okay. I'm sorry if the camera is shaking. I'm all kinds of exuberant with my gluing tonight. All right. Put this right there. Okay. And then, no, see, I'm making the sound. It's been a long day. Let's do, I'm going to do that right there. I'm just trying to kind of pick up the pieces that I've got laying all over this table from all of the projects that I have been doing. Although I think next video we're going to start a journal or a traveler's notebook insert or something of that nature. Because I've been kind of making little pieces and parts. And I think I actually want to do a whole video, or I'm sorry, a whole book. I have been doing whole videos. Sorry about that. But not a whole book in one video, obviously, because, you know, it takes some time and thought. So a lot of thought goes into creating a whole book, obviously. All right, so here's a little piece of ephemera. Maybe we want to put that kind of right there. Or do I want to add some plain, maybe I want to add some plain coffee dyed paper to it so that there's writing space. That's not plain coffee dyed paper. So that there's writing space, maybe like right here. Let's see. Oh, I've got coffee dyed paper down here. Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. That way, if we want to do a little note or something like that, there's space to do it. So let's, okay, where did my tearing ruler go? There it is. All right. That's what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of plain coffee dyed paper here, just so that there's a little bit of writing space. Let's see, I think we want to tear it right about here. Yes, right about here. There we go. And then again, and that'll, you know, there's a little bit of the book page showing. There we go. Yeah, that's going to work for me. I like that. Okay, little piece there. And not a whole lot of ink, just inking around the edges. It's just a look that I like, so I keep doing it. I know not everybody does. I just like the finished look of it, so I do it on just about all my pieces, unless I forget, which I do quite a bit, because my brain gets about 6 steps ahead, and then I forget where I'm at. And I wind up forgetting stuff. Okay. There's that. There's a little bit of writing space there. And do we think we need anything else? Anything else? No, we don't need that. That does not look good at all. A butterfly? Maybe? I mean, we'll ink it up, of course. But I mean, there's animals in there already. I don't think I want an animal. I know butterflies aren't really an animal. And this, I think, is way too much. Yep, way too much. I don't know. Do I have anything that would look even halfway decent here? Not really. Let's just leave it be. Just leave it be. Good gracious, Stephanie. Okay. So there's the front. We got a little bit of writing space for that one. Okay, so envelope number 2, and that one goes that way. Let's see. We did 3 papers on that one. So we'll try to find 3 different papers to go on this one as well. And let's see, what do we want to use? What do we want? You know, I think I want to do some color on this one. So I am going to choose this image here. I think this is Roxy Creations again. I really do like her ephemera packs because they've just got all sorts of neat stuff in them. All right, let's see. How do we put this together? Okay, so we put the image to the inside there, so we can put the image to the inside here. Bring it kind of like right there. I like that. Okay, but I want a torn edge at the writing. I like that. But I want a torn edge there. So we'll just do that right quick. And bring it kind of, all right there. I like that. Okay. And then here at the bottom, we'll take that off there. Okay. Let's move that one so it doesn't get hurt. And we need to ink this up. Or I need to ink this up. Makes me feel better. Okay. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I still need this. Hello. Come on, my friend. Engage the brain. There we go. There we go. All right, here is paper number 1 on this side. So we're going to put that there. And then we need something a little bit. I think I want to do the writing space on this one fairly small. And maybe we'll do it right there. But let's hold off on that. And, you know, since we've just got this right here, we'll cut this and see if some of it doesn't look pretty good here. Yeah. All right, let's do this. So we'll do this right here like that. And then at the top, there we go. All right, and ink it up because that's what I do. There we go. Not get too carried away. And glue, need glue. And then we'll see if that little piece of coffee dyed paper is going to fit on there or if we need to do something different. Okay, there is that piece there. And we want to do we want to do it up here? Or I think it would be easier if it was on the bottom over here. So you could write on it a little bit easier. Okay. Just darken up those torn edges a little bit. There we go. And we'll get this glued down and maybe we will. I think the next step I want to do is to put them together on the front. Okay. There is that. Well, all darn. Let's see. Did not get this corner very well, did I? There we go. Okay. All right. So there's that one. Here is this one. And here's my strip of fabric that I want to put down the center to sort of bind them together. And I think that looks pretty cool, actually. All right, so I want a little bit of space in between them. Just a tiny bit, just like that. And then we're going to use Fabri-Tac here and just run a little bead on either side. There we go. And There we go. All right. Let me get them lined up and lay the fabric down. Okay. Just make sure that fabric makes good contact with the glue, which I think it is. There we go, there we go. And flip. There. It's because it's fabric, it's going to be a little bit flexible regardless. Okay, and then I'm going to, I don't know if I'm going to flip this over. Probably not because, well, maybe. Who knows? We'll have to see when we finish it. Okay, but I had that other piece there as well. Okay, now I did have something special in mind for the inside of the envelopes because, like I said, I collect a bunch of old envelopes, and I do have an envelope liner die. I have this little guy here from the Stamps of Life, and so I cut out 2 from my marbled paper designs here. And I know they're off, but you're not going to see this part of it, so I don't worry about that. So I am going to, a lot of my older envelopes that I have in my collection are lined in these beautiful marbled papers. So I want to line these envelopes as well. I do. So I am going to, I cut 2 pieces of my marbled papers that I do. I haven't done a video on my acrylic painting yet. And I meant to get started a bit on those this past weekend, but it just didn't happen because we were doing those estate auctions and the like. So it was a pretty busy weekend, so I did not get to the painting, but I definitely will, so that you can kind of see how you can make your own marbled papers, which is kind of cool. All right, let's glue this in. I'm only gluing the flap because, of course, it needs to move inside the envelope as you open and close, the flap. So I'm only gluing it to the flap, and the rest of it will just be inside of the envelope. But now you can see we have these gorgeous marbled paper lined envelopes. And yeah, they're not straight, but oh well. I've told you, I don't like things perfect, which is a really good thing because I rarely get things perfect. All right, so we've got the flaps and the back side here to decorate on these. And do I want to keep it simple, or do I want to get all kinds of technical with it? Let's use this. I think this is a postcard. I think. I really need to start shooting videos earlier. By the time I get everything else done and sit down to shoot a video in the evening, I am so tired I can barely talk. All right, let's see. I kind of like that. And I think if we put a little torn edge on it and ink it up a little bit, it will kind of blend into our design and look like we want it to. There we go. There we go, there we go. It's not quite wide enough, but that's okay. And we'll take it down here to the end on this side and just tear this little edge off here. Oh, everybody's losing their feet. Okay, and just because we're doing it, let's just take the gold edges off the sides as well, and I did not hold on to that well enough. That's the only thing that bothers me a bit about these tearing rulers, is you got to stay right on them or they slip and slide, unfortunately. Okay, there is that one, and we're going to do it here. Yes, I'm going to do that there. I'm going to keep the backs of them fairly simple because the whole point is to fill the envelopes with, you know, like a little note or something like that. So I'm going to keep the back sides fairly simple and maybe do something a little more ornate with the flaps. Okay, we've got that inked up. So we will, where'd my glue stick go? Haha! All right, I'm losing stuff. Okay, let's get glue on the back of this. Okay. Just like that. And we'll put that into place. And we need to find an image for this side. Did I just shake the camera? I'm sorry. And I think maybe do that latte one, or no, that's not long enough. Okay, let's try this one. No, let's do this. Let's do this one because I want the writing at the bottom, I think. I think. And why am I doing this? I can just hear it. And this is what happens when I get tired. Okay. And that cup finally gave out. All right. Let's see. Okay, there's that. And we can do that like that. And tear it along this edge as well. I like that. And let's see. Do it to right. Oh, it's upside down. That would have been disastrous. All right, let's do it right to there. There we go. Okay. And put some ink on this. And I'm just doing this kind of quickie. And I am using what I have on my desk. Because with all of the projects we've been doing, I have a lot on my desk here. And, but I am going to do more of these, I think, because I do like the way this is turning out. I especially like that marbled liner in there. I think it just gives it something kind of extra special. There we go. There's the bottom of that one. I wonder what we should do. Oh, yeah. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Okay. Let's put the other little piece of fabric in here, and then we can determine if we want to cut off those edges or no. And finish up the flaps, and then this double envelope page will be done. It doesn't have to take a long time. I mean, I have and do sometimes take a long time to decide what I'm going to put where in a journal, which is why I kind of like to do these things ahead of time, because, you know, there's nothing to match, there's nothing to look at, and I told you I can't theme a journal to save my life anyway, but I kind of like that. It's just sort of all open, and I can basically do whatever I want, and then when I'm doing a journal, I can just pull bits and pieces, and it all just winds up looking like it goes together. I don't know how junk journals do that, but they do. Okay, so now we've got this pink piece that is printed on the copper, and I just did it, see? Okay, I think the pink is here, so I think I want it on this envelope flap. There we go. This is how I want to do it here. Okay. That's how I want to do it. And just like that there. So there's one flap. We just got to get that cut off. Oh, I don't think I got it very good in that corner. Okay. And I did not get it hardly at all in that corner. The heck was I doing? All right, there we go. And see, I told you I forget sometimes. All right, let's put some ink around the edge of this. There we go. There we go. Okay. So there is that flap. And we just need to find something else pretty darned cool to go on this one. And I'm wondering, no, it's going to be too much white. Too much white, too much white. What do I have over here? Let's see. I have a box of stuff over here. Let's see. That's kind of neat. Is that big enough to go on there? That's big enough to go on a portion of it. So maybe that and what else do I have in here? Oh look, there's another flower cut out. That should be over there. I have the bottom half of a woman. No, that's creepy. We're not doing that. Okay. Another flower cut out. That's huge. We could do, here's some more of that. This was kind of my attempt at faux eco printing, and it turned out faux bad. So yeah, that's what we call that, faux bad. All right, but we're gonna use it on this envelope flap, so I can say I used it regardless. Oh shoot, okay. Remember last time I inked up the flap so that I didn't get a bunch of not ink, I glued up the flap so I didn't get a bunch of excess glue everywhere. Yeah, I didn't do that time. Okay, we'll cut this off and put the last little piece on. Okay, that's got glue all over it. God darn it. All right, and then we will ink up this last little part of the flap. Or not ink. Good gracious. Glue. Glue up the last little part of this flap here. And put this on. Just like that. Oh, I didn't bring it over far enough. There we go. We got all that glue off. There we go. All right. And it might be just about time to get rid of that page. All right. And we'll cut this flush like so. And our envelope will be pretty much done. All right. There we go. Now, do we want to leave the fabric like that? See, it's a page. The interiors are lined. Do we want to leave the fabric? I don't know. I don't think I'm going to cut it until I actually have something for it to go into. If I put it into a journal and these things just don't fit, then I will cut them off. But if they do, if I put it into a journal that's substantially longer or something like that, maybe I'll just leave them on. And all of these wonderful little bits of string and everything else. But yeah, there is the double envelope page. I like it. I love the lining. I really like that. Although I wish I had inked around the edges a little bit. I think I like the way the inked edges look a little bit better. But that aside, I do like the way this turned out. I do. Okay, so that is going to do it for the envelopes tonight. So I'm trying to decide now if in the next few videos I want to do, I want to start putting together a journal or some other type of project, because I've been thinking about putting together folders for all of the different printables from the different folks, and even for stickers and stuff like that from different shops. So I'm gonna think about that because I got this really cool vintage record album from Two Silver Oranges, Jessica at Two Silver Oranges. And it's one of those, it was like a 3-record set or something like that. So it's like in a book, and it's got 3 big pockets that the LPs went into, and it's a set. And I thought, how cool to do one of those pages for each of my favorite kind of designers that I purchase printables from on Etsy. So I'm thinking about it, and I'll have to decide if I want to start working on that, or if I want to start working on putting some signatures together for a journal, or maybe starting a cover. So it's not like I don't have 4 already going. But anyhow, thank you guys so much for stopping in and hanging out with me this evening. I enjoyed spending time with you, and I look forward to doing it again soon. You guys take care.